Kia ora folk, welcome. You're listening to Naturopathy with Bridgitt on Radio Kidnappers in Hastings. Thanks for taking the time to listen in, and I appreciate you listening into my program today. I am a qualified and registered naturopath and medical herbalist, and I have a natural health clinic based in Napier, Hawke's Bay, and that's called Maintaining Your House, Whakatika Oranga. So you can contact me on 027 284 3781, www.maintainingyourhouse.co.nz. I have a business Facebook page, and right here on Radio Kidnappers as well, you can find me. I have a page on their website, Radio Kidnappers website, and I'm sure Jill or Ken will redirect you if you need to find me as well. Okay, so I also offer a free 15-minute chat for you to see how best I can help you find a resolution to your current symptoms of to help you find balance and well-being. So that's to see if I'm the right person for you and if you're the right person to me, and if we can work together as a team. All right, so today I'll give you tip of the day as well at the end of the chat, so stay tuned there. The topic today is about water and the important role it plays in maintaining the healthy function of your body and your mind, and rehydration of the body. Okay, so water everywhere. It's everywhere. But lately, I've been noticing a lot of clients coming to me saying, well, I'm lucky if I have a glass of water a day, or I'm lucky if I have a glass of water every 3 days. And I'm thinking, well, I think that might be a little bit contributing to your imbalance. So my clients will tell you that it's a bit of a mantra in my clinic about water, and it's a bit like I've got a broken record, but I don't care if it does sound like that. Water is really important. I think we can survive, 3 days maybe, without water in our body, but there are side effects from being dehydrated, and I'll talk about those and the effects they have on your body. It's recommended that we drink at least, 2 to 2.5 litres per day of water, and more if you're an active athlete. And you think, cool, that's a lot. So where's your water? Have a drink. Go on, Ken, where's your water? I'll just have a drink because I'm quite thirsty. So that's a sign, right? So when you're thirsty and you think, I'm thirsty, I'm really, really thirsty, well, that's your brain triggering off into your mind that you need to drink. And when you're thirsty, you're actually dehydrated. So that's when it's gone a little bit too far. So your body's composed of maybe 60 to 70% of water, and your brain's composed of roughly 3/4 of water. And studies have shown that as little as 1 or 2% of dehydration starts to have an impact on your physical body and your brain and your emotions even. The brain and heart are composed of about 73% water, and the lungs are composed of 83% water. Who knew, right? Who knew? That's why water is important. So let's talk about some symptoms or some signs of not enough water, so dehydration. So your brain, right? So a walnut, you crack open a walnut and you manage to get it out a hole, and you have a look at that walnut, and it's quite wrinkled up, but it actually looks a little bit like a brain. That's why walnuts are so good to eat for your brain health. But that's beside the point. So your brain starts shriveling up a little bit when you don't have enough water, and so it affects your cognitive your brain function. It starts affecting your attention span, your memory, your loss of memory, foggy brain, motor function skills, so doing things. You can always experience dizziness as well when you haven't had enough water. So if you get up off your chair and you get a bit dizzy, there's a few reasons why that happens, but one of them might be, have I had a drink of water today? Go on, have a drink. Another one is headaches. So, you know, a lot of people, and I know before I did my training, I used to carry Panadol around in my bag continuously if I had a headache. Oh, get that out, have a Panadol. But hang on a minute, stop and have a think. Have you actually had any water today? Remember that brain? Remember that walnut all shriveled up? Drinking water may actually make that headache go away without any drugs or toxic chemicals. Have a think about that one. So also drinking water, you know, that improves our moods as well. It gives us a bit of a lift. What else happens? In the heart. Now that's quite important. So if you don't drink enough water, it actually sickens your blood, which makes your heart pump harder. It really goes to work. So that can create a rapid heart rate, and sometimes that lowers your blood pressure as well, which ties in with dizziness as well. So there's lots of things tied into not enough water for heart. Really important. Now we'll also, let's talk about your bowels. Oh yeah, talk about poos. Yeah, people don't like talking about their poos, but you know, it's really important in clinic. So I always ask, what's going on with your bowels? Have you had a bowel movement today? And people go, oh yeah, I have. Like, it's really normal for me to have a bowel movement every 2 days or 3 days. I go, oh, hang on, that's constipation. It's constipation. So if your bowels aren't flowing as they should be, and should be ideally is once after every meal, or at least once a day, once or twice a day, maybe you're just not drinking enough water. Go on, where's your water? Have a drink now. You'll be sick of me by the end of the day saying drink, but it's really important. Now sometimes when we get really, really tired as well, we have a lack of energy and we think, I think I'll just have some chocolate or I'll have a coffee. But really, it could be dehydration. So why don't you just have a large glass of water and wait after 20 minutes and just see how you feel after that. How's your energy feel after that? Of course, low energy can be contributed to other factors as well, but we won't go into that today. We'll be here all day. Now, weight loss. Summer's coming. Everybody's on this weight loss train. But really, drinking water is a big part of weight loss. And you think, well, how can that be? Well, it's going to move your bowels. So when your bowels are moving, it's not compacted and it's not backed up. It's going to help your liver flush, and your liver is your big detox weight loss organ. Maybe when you're hungry, actually you're dehydrated. You think about that one. So again, instead of reaching for that chocolate bar or that cake, have a large glass of water, wait 20 minutes and just see. You ever think how those Hollywood stars get to be skinny like that? They drink a lot of water before meals. Okay, now the lymphatic system is composed of fluid, of water. So if you get a blister, right, and it fills up with that fluid, if you pop that skin, that fluid is your lymphatic fluid. So that fluid is really important, that lymphatic fluid. So that is kind of like carries waste out and detoxes our system, and also carries out excess swelling, edema. But it also is an exchange system, and it brings nutrients, fresh, clean nutrients back into the body, into the cells. So keeping your lymphatic fluid flushed with water, that's really important. It's also part of your immune system as well. And we all know this year about the immune system and how important it is to keep that up to scratch. How's your water going? Cheers. Now, a big organ, a big important organ is the kidneys, right? We really need to keep these kidneys flushing through with water to flush out this bodily waste and toxins. Being dehydrated affects our sodium and our potassium balance, the pump in the kidneys, and there's also the electrolytes. It affects that, and you know that when you say get diarrhea or gastritis and you have a lot of diarrhea or vomiting, and you get all dizzy and you get the shakes, that's because your sodium potassium level, your electrolytes, are out of balance. So keeping water hydrated helps your kidneys, because they're like big sieves, they flush it out. So a good thing is, like, now we're talking about wheeze, so don't get embarrassed, but it's really important. So when you go to the toilet, a good thing is that look at your urine. So what colour is it? What smell does it have? Because that tells you a big part is if you have enough water in your system, and if it's flushing out, if it's helping the kidneys. At the end of the day, it should be looking clear, or very, very, very light lemony yellow, very clear, and have hardly any smell. If it's dark coloured, that may indicate a kidney imbalance, and if it's dark coloured for a long time, a long time being more than 2 days, like dark brown, I would seriously contact your doctor ASAP and get your kidneys checked out. We can survive on one kidney. We can survive on a machine when we have no kidneys, but who wants to be on a machine? So drink your water, folks. At this rate, I'm going to need another glass of water. Okay, so urinary tract infections really come about. There's different reasons, but one of them is because you're not drinking enough water. And so the bladder is holding all the waste in the bladder. And so is the urethra, that's the tract that the wee comes out. And if you're not constantly drinking water and constantly going to the toilet, then that's not flushing out the system. And that just sits there, and the bacteria just grows and grows, and you get a urine tract infection. So how many times are you going to the toilet during the day? If you're going more than once, if you're going more than one time more than an hour, no, that doesn't make sense either. If you're going every hour, that's it. If you're going every hour, one time every hour, that's good. But if you go, say, maybe twice a day or 3 times a day, that's not good, because that's encouraging the backup of the bacteria in the bladder and the urine system, and you're encouraging a urine infection. So drink your water, folks. It's really important for the kidneys, because they do such a really important job. Now, what else? The skin. So did you know the skin's about 64% water? Who knew that, right? But you think about it, so if you drink water, so that's flushing your toxins out of your skin as well. So our skin, when the other detoxing organs like the liver, the bowel, the kidneys aren't working properly, the toxins come out in the skin. So if we are flushing those systems, then that's less coming out in your skin. If you have a lot of skin issues like acne, for instance, drinking water will help clear that through as well. What else? Oh, sweating. So if you are doing a lot of physical exertion, or at the gym or working outside, and you're sweating a lot, those are a lot of your natural minerals, natural electrolytes coming out of your system, and you need to rehydrate back in. It's really important, which you could get into trouble, especially if you're outside. You could get like sunstroke, and no one wants to get sunstroke. You'd have to go to hospital and get rehydrated, or just drink a bit of water. Okay, so dry mouth. So dry mouth is another symptom of being thirsty. And you think, okay, so that's when your brain is really signalling that you've reached that 1 to 2% of dehydration. But when you're thirsty, it's like, you've kind of reached that point. So it's important to rehydrate. And you think, I'll just have a cuppa, tea, coffee. I might have a fizzy. I might have a beer, because like a beer is really nice on a really hot day. And you think, that'll do the trick. But afterwards, you're still thirsty, aren't you? I know you are. But that's because you need the water to hydrate your body. So what can you do? What can you do to hydrate? So it takes about 15-20 minutes, the experts say, to rehydrate your body. So if you have all these symptoms that I've just talked about, you've got a headache, you're thirsty in the mouth, you're feeling a bit dizzy, what else? You've got lack of energy, your bowels are constipated, your wee's looking very dark or very yellow. But if you're taking a vitamin B complex in the morning, your wee will be yellow, so don't panic about that. I'm talking more towards the end of the day. We should have drunk enough water to flush your urine to a reasonably clear colour. So what can you do? So 15-20 minutes to rehydrate the body. So have a large glass of, I was going to say glass of wine, a large glass of water, not wine, water, and wait about 15-20 minutes and see how you feel. Just see how that feels. Sometimes we need to trick the body, right? If we drink lots and lots of water all at once, we're going to be running to the toilet. And I hear that from my clients, and they go, oh God, I'm just going to the toilet a lot. And I go, well, hang on, let's trick your body. So let's put a tiny, tiny pinch of like Himalayan salt in that big glass of water, because that has all your natural minerals in it, and that's a natural electrolyte balancer like that. And so that's going to pass slowly through your body, not quickly. Drink small amounts often. Don't drink a large amount, because again that's going to pass through quickly through the body. Talked about Himalayan salt. Drink filtered water, unchlorinated water, unfluoridated water. That's not even a word, I just made that up. Sounds good. But chlorine is actually in our water here in Hastings and Napier, and chlorine kills the good gut bacteria, and we need those good microbiome. So it's important to drink filtered water if you can. And Whakatū water tap has the water straight from the aquifer. So if you can get out there, if not, I'm not sure if Hastings Library still has water that's fresh, chlorinated and then dechlorinated. We have a tap over at Anderson Park that's fresh, chlorinated and then dechlorinated. So making sure that you have good, clean, fresh water is important to rehydrate your body. Coconut water. Oh, okay. Coconut water is really good electrolyte. So make sure it's 100% or as close as, and that has your natural sodium and minerals in it as well. Fruit and veggies. I hear clients say to me, yeah, but Dr. Google says if we eat enough fruit and veggies that's okay. And I go, yeah, sure it is, as long as you have a high volume of fruit and veggies every single day. And they go, well, I go, well, okay, let's have a drink. Too much water can be really dangerous. So I'm only saying drink 2.5 to 3 litres a day. If you're an athlete and you're very active, then 4 litres, no more than 4 litres. You can get into trouble. You can start drowning in your body. So tip of the day is check your urine colour. Have a look when you have a wee. Check your urine colour. And also do a self-check for your dehydration. This is called turgor. I don't know if you can see that. You slowly bring your skin up off your hand and you let it go. And if it falls back really slowly, that's a form of dehydration. Don't look at Bridgitt's hand too much. That's why I'm drinking lots of water. But turgor, skin turgor, bring it up and slowly let it go. And if it takes a long time to come back down to normal, you are dehydrated. Drink some water. So if you think you'd like to have a chat more about hydration of water or any other natural health tips, you can contact me, Bridgitt McNabb from Maintaining Your Health on 027 284 3781 or Radio Kidnappers. Thanks for listening, folks. Kia ora.